Images of the opposition fighters preparing for battle suggest ingenuity in the midst of a ramshackle war, cobbling together whatever they can from weapons either taken or found. Every voice in eastern Libya says they need more and better weaponry. Britain, which continues to be a major force in the NATO air campaign over Libya, has now moved further than previously in helping the fighters. No new weapons, but military brains to help the commanders of these men.
Everything we are doing is in line with Security Council Resolution 1973. That resolution authorized us and other states to take all necessary measures to protect the civilian population in Libya.
The wording says experienced British military officers will advise the National Transitional Council on how to improve their military organisational structures, communications and logistics. But it goes on, our officers will not be involved in training or arming the opposition's fighting forces, which would suggest advice on how to avoid things like this disastrous friendly fire incident in which rebels in tanks were mistakenly attacked by NATO planes because nobody told NATO they were moving forward. Where advice stops and training starts is a matter of interpretation.
The Libyans will almost certainly be able to draw conclusions from some of the things which are said to them about how they should manage their communications and their logistics, because those two are the two enablers for operational matters and planning matters. And it may well be that people on the ground choose to play a game of 20 questions, which will help the Libyans to achieve what the Libyans wish to achieve.
So it might appease the opposition fighters a little, though these cadets in Benghazi have been protesting that it's weapons they need and more of them. On a day when it was alleged that 10,000 had died in Libya since all this started, they seem to be in more of a hurry than Britain. The British government appears impressed by the democratic credentials of the opposition in Benghazi, and yet they haven't yet recognised them as the legitimate voice of the Libyan people. Equally, they're prepared to offer military assistance, but certainly not boots on the ground, and certainly not weapons either, because they say they want to abide by the terms of the United Nations Security Council resolution and don't want to be seen as an occupying force in Libya. These things may help a little, but none of them will help win the war. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, Downing Street in London.